What an amazing place we live in, and there's no reason not to believe that Gail is with us tonight because his family's here. Please welcome to the stage our former governor, Gary Herbert, who served as the 17th governor of Utah and who in 2020 dedicated October 10th, Gail's birthday, to be Gail S. Halverson Recognition Day in his honor, who will be presenting the award this evening to the Halverson family. Denise Halverson Williams, daughter of Gail Halverson. Marilyn Halverson Sorensen, daughter of Gail Halverson. Brad Halverson, the son of Gail Halverson. Please come forward.
Well, on behalf of the Halverson family, we want to express our gratitude to be here today at this special occasion. We're grateful for you and that you would honor the life of our father and the legacy of our father, Gail S. Halverson, also known as the Berlin Candy Bomber. We're grateful to the Chamber of Commerce and to all of those who had part in this production and this organization of this event. And we're also grateful that we're here to honor a man whose life represented service and sacrifice. I love the picture on display here this evening of my father wrapping his arms around a carefully folded American flag. To me, it represents his love for his country and for the precious gift of freedom. He has instilled this love of family and freedom in his family and all those around him. We cannot take this gift for granted. As a pilot in the Berlin airlift during the time of the Russian blockade, my father saw firsthand the threat of communism. The West Berlin children at the fence watched American military airplanes land at Tempelhof Air Base, carrying goods that would keep the Berliners alive. While meeting the children at the fence, they gave my father a lecture on freedom. They told him that the winter months would be hard and difficult to fly with the poor weather. They pleaded with him to not give up on them and said, "You don't have to bring us much, just enough to get by. But if we lose our freedom, we'll never get it back." They wanted freedom more than flour. My father was impressed with the character of these children and genuinely wanted to do something to help them. They had no gum or candy for years. He reached for the 2 pieces of gum in his pocket and passing them through the fence to the children, found himself promising that he would drop them all some gum and candy on parachutes from airplanes if they would promise to share. That act of kindness and concern for others blossomed into a nationwide endeavor of goodwill. Hearts in America and Germany were softened and enemies became friends. He brought hope to the people of Berlin. Someone saw a need, someone cared, someone acted, someone made a difference. Truly, by small and simple things are great things brought to pass. Besides his love for freedom, our father often spoke of 3 things: attitude, gratitude, and service before self. He also encouraged us to make good choices because the small decisions in our lives largely depend and determine where we end up. We as the Halverson family hope that our father's legacy will live on and be an inspiration to others in remembering the simple principles he exemplified of love of nation, love of freedom, love for our fellow man, and love of God. Thank you for honoring our father this evening.
Thank you so much for being here. In our eyes, you are all pillars of the valley. And heartfelt thanks to all those who made this evening possible and set up the displays and made the food. We're so grateful. And we really wish our father could be here to speak to you because he is so engaging. We're grateful to be able to represent him. We greet our German friends that are here, that came all the way from Frankfurt, Germany, to be with us, and we're so thankful for them. In 1948, when Dad handed the children of Berlin 2 small sticks of gum, he promised the children more sweets the next day, but they got much more than candy. This small gesture of kindness and the fulfillment of his Christian beliefs moved Dad and his buddies to provide all Berliners something they lost during the war, and that was hope. This hope came not only from the 23 tons of candy they dropped, but from the realization that someone cared. As one German man later expressed, without hope, the soul dies. Dad learned the principles he taught at a young age. He adored his parents, his brother and sister. Raised on sugar beet farms, the family had no indoor plumbing or electricity until Dad was in high school. On his 10th birthday, he had to work topping sugar beets, so he could not have a birthday party. However, while working in the field that day, suddenly he heard some young people singing "Happy Birthday," and 3 friends came by to bring him a new pair of gloves and gum and candy. Dad said, "It turned out to be a 10-minute party on the 10th of October, 1930, but I'll never forget how great it was to have them come by and show that someone cared. Little things like that mean a lot." By the end of Dad's 101 years of life, he had flown for 78 years, from his first flight in 1941 to his last in 2019 at the age of 99 years old. And I was there, I saw him fly. He was co-pilot, not pilot. His career as an Air Force aeronautical engineer put him on the ground floor of the emerging U.S. space program. He worked on the Titan III, the Atlas, and the predecessor to the space shuttle. After Dad's military retirement, the family came to Provo, where he worked at BYU in the Office of Student Life. From his home base of Provo, he traveled around the world, sharing his message with everyone, especially children. He received thousands of letters and drawings from kids, answering their questions for reports via Zoom, phone, and in person. He participated and viewed performances and plays that were created just for him. One student wrote, "I was popping out of my seat when my teacher read your story to me. If I saw you, I would probably faint because you are so awesome." Another wrote, "I am just a little girl in Michigan. I want to grow up and do kind things like you." And this from a teacher, "I am a first grade teacher. I would like to thank you for inspiring so many thousands. We have talked in class about filling each other's buckets. What you did filled the buckets of those children and anyone who has heard your story. Thank you for spreading love." Dad said, "Children hold the future of the world in their hands. Our children and everyone's children. I have observed over many years that those who hear his story and understand the principles he taught of attitude, gratitude, and service before self want to do better and be better. And that is certainly the case for me. Thank you."